Welcome back to CentralValleyTalk.com with Mike Briggs and Athena. We had some fabulous, this stuff is awesome pottery. Nick, how do we say your last
Parmentier.
name?
Parmentier, if you want to say it that
French.
way.
Is it French?
Yeah, it is.
Nick Parmentier.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. That sounds better than Parmentier. Parmentier.
Now, you were just at the fair.
Yeah, I was.
And
Just
you got
at
a
the
little
fair.
notice there, huh?
Yeah. So I entered.
Honorable mentions?
Yeah, I got an honorable mention for this
Cool.
textured piece here.
Can we feel it?
Yeah, you can touch it.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it was inspired by tree bark itself, and so I just kind of try to replicate it as
Now,
much
you
as I
spun this
can.
on the wheel.
Right, so I throw it first, and then
I understand that. I don't get how you get the texture.
So I let it get kind of leather hard a little bit to where I can still work with it, and then I carve these lines out, and then I make a consistency of clay, which is like similar to sour cream, and I put it on there, and I pull the tool away so it gets the suction feel to it, and then you fire it, then you glaze it. This is all one glaze, so I glazed it all, and then I took a sponge and wiped away on it there, so I get kind of three different variations. I get the color of the clay body, I get the brown, which is a very thin layer of the glaze, and then the green is the true color of the glaze itself.
It's so cool.
So if you own one of your pieces, you own an original. You don't
I do, yes.
make like 100 of these. Or
No, they definitely take a while to make, and it'd be very difficult to try and remake.
Have you tried it before, the spinning the wheel?
I think maybe, I want to say when I was a kid. How is that similar to like how do you say it? Most schools have them. A kiln.
A kiln? Yeah.
This
So
was
you-
baked in
Totally.
the kiln.
Yeah. It was
You say
fired
baked in
So
the
it's
kiln?
very- okay.
Fire. Okay.
Yeah,
The
because
cool way
the
is fire.
kids do it in elementary school now.
They do it there
yeah.
now, huh?
So
That's
I did
good.
it once until something caught on fire. I don't know if this was a recent thing, but this is cool, and I know. Am I allowed to pick one?
Yeah, you can pick
Okay, I
up the
don't want-
functional wear.
These are I love these blues.
Thank you. Yeah.
How do you do it in the different shades? How do you get
So
that blue, this, and this?
So the blue is on the entire piece, and then I put a color over the top of the blue, and that's how you get this effect on there. So I believe it was Timaku over Arctic blue, and if I did it the opposite way, I would get a completely different effect. If I had the brown underneath the blue, it would look completely different than that. So you can get a lot of color variations.
So first it goes on the wheel. What do you call that part?
Throwing on the wheel.
Throwing it.
Yeah.
And then you threw them, and then set it aside for a while.
Yeah, so you want to let it get bone dry, which allows all the moisture to get out of it, and if you fire it with the moisture in there, it will explode inside the kiln.
So you fire it, then you glaze it.
Then you glaze it,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to ask him the real questions. Where do we get this work? Where can we buy it?
Yeah, and are you going to be at Artworks? That's what I was. I'm not Artworks. I'm sorry, Art Hop. Sorry.
Yeah, Art Hop. So I rent out a studio with my girlfriend and a friend of ours
Cool.
down at Broadway Studios, room 16.
Okay.
And I'll be selling functional wear there. It's all dishwasher safe, microwave safe, food safe. You could put a brownie in it and put it in the oven if you really wanted to.
Any time or just during Art Hop
Just
at certain
during
hours?
Art Hop, and
Okay.
then all the other times you can contact me either
Okay.
through Instagram or Facebook.
We have some
one of
info on the
two.
screen there.
Right there.
Yeah, so you can get me through either Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
Now Broadway Studios is behind Cajole, right?
Yes, it's right behind it there.
So
I think I've been there
if
before.
this is what I do on Art Hop. I go to Cajole, walk through, and you go out the back door and into
Yeah.
Broadway Studios, and
I love it.
we see your
So
actual
awesome.
studio. We go from studio to studio.
Yeah, room 16. It's in there, and also I do demos on the wheel when it's not cold out.
Yeah.
When it gets cold out, I don't do demos out on the wheel in the alleyway.
Got it. But when it's nice,
Yeah.
and then you do classes. You teach people how to do this.
Yeah, so I work out
Cool.
at Fresno Idea Works.
Okay.
It's a nonprofit makerspace in downtown Fresno, and
Cool.
I operate their ceramic shop there, and I teach classes on Tuesday nights, 5:30 to 7:30, and then 8 to 10.
Now-
Yeah, that's Laurel. She had never touched clay ever before, and
Now,
she was able to make a bowl and a few other
again,
pieces.
our theme here is that people say there's nothing to do in Fresno, and there is.
Oh, there's
Art
plenty.
Hop
Oh,
is
there's
one
tons
thing.
of stuff. I'm telling you, if I didn't have young kids, I'd be like trying these classes.
Art Hop
This
is one thing,
awesome.
and Art Hop is free, by the way, the first Thursday of each month. And then you go take a class. Don't sit and watch TV every night and say
No.
there's nothing to do in Fresno. Go down to Idea Works and take a class.
There's more to
Throwing-
life than Netflix
throwing
and Central
clay?
Valley.
Yeah, throwing clay. You can
Throwing
find
clay.
us online at
Okay.
FresnoIdeaWorks.wildapricot.org.
Cool.
So you can just
There you
Google
go.
Fresno Idea Works.
Last
as well.
question about this vase. What would you do with it?
What would I do with
Just
it?
sit on a shelf? Or
Decoration.
It's a decorative
It
piece.
stands on its own. You don't have
yeah.
to put flowers or
You don't have
feathers in it.
to.
Or,
I
It
wouldn't.
does
It's
have,
so
It does have
beautiful.
glaze on the inside, so you could put water in it
Oh, I
and put
see.
some flowers in it
Fresh
if you'd
flowers.
like. But
Yeah.
the main purpose for the reason why I make them is decorative purposes. But the buyer can do whatever they want.
they
with
want.
it. Yeah.
You want to buy it. And he needs to sell some, you guys. That's how he
Check him out
makes
on
his living.
Instagram. Go to the Art Hop, which is always the first Thursday. So the first Thursday.
First Thursday of every
Now,
month.
is that going to be November 1st then? Or would that be the following?
No, it'll be the
Tuesday.
first
It's
Thursday,
gonna
whatever
be
the first Thursday is.
That's
9th.
November 2nd.
It'll be the
Okay.
9th.
Okay, so the 9th. See?
Yeah.
What
So
do I
it's-
know?
Anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Nick. You're awesome. Check it out. Your website and your Instagram's right there, right?
Yes, that would be.
Is there a last thing you needed to say, or did we get it all out?
No, I think we pretty much got everything. Just glad that you guys had me on the show.
You could do the classes. You could check out his pottery, the first Art Hop. And we have Modesto's Classic coming up next. And my friend Kara's here. Woo! She's going to teach me how not to get old.
Good.
She's got awesome cream. We'll be this right after back.